New questions tonight about why the feds released a radical American cleric with links to recent terror plots against the U.S. and ties to at least two of the 9/11 hijackers. Investigators have connected Anwar al-Awlaki to the attempted Christmas Day underwear bombing, the Fort Hood massacre, and the botched Times Square bombing. As Fox News has reported, the feds had Al-Awlaki in custody back in 2002 and had a warrant for his arrest, but they ended up letting him go. National correspondent Catherine Herridge now live in our D.C. newsroom. Catherine, the reporting you've done with our specials unit came up at a hearing on Capitol Hill today, right?
Well, that's right, John. We've gathered strong evidence suggesting this warrant for Al-Awlaki's arrest in 2002 on passport fraud and the decision to pull it on the same day the cleric re-entered the U.S. was never provided to the 9/11 Commission. And that's important because the Commission was entertaining the idea that Al-Awlaki may have been part of a pre-9/11 support cell.
Last May, I wrote your concern in a Fox News report about the Bureau's October 2002 decision to release Anwar al-Awlaki from custody upon his return to the U.S. despite an outstanding warrant for his arrest at that time.
If this was not provided to the 9/11 Commission, it was certainly not by intent. It may well have been not in a file, one of the files that we provided to the 9/11 Commission.
The official position of the Justice Department is that it was a series of coincidences that allowed Al-Awlaki to slip through the net, adding that there was not enough evidence to keep the warrant active for his arrest, though that position is disputed by current and former investigators familiar with the case, John.
So, a lot of people probably don't realize the guy that U.S. officials now say is terrorist number one was actually in U.S. custody back in 2002.
Well, that's correct. The first American on the CIA's killer capture list was held in federal custody for nearly 3 hours on October 10, 2002 and was released only after an FBI agent told customs officers that an arrest warrant for passport fraud had been pulled back. Fox's reporting has shown that the timeline does not add up and that the warrant was still active when Al-Awlaki was allowed to walk away. This mugshot of the cleric was taken after he was busted for soliciting a prostitute in San Diego. Now, after his release by customs in 2002, Al-Awlaki then showed up at the home of Ali al-Tamimi, who was at the time the focus of a major FBI counterterrorism investigation involving the same FBI agent. There has been no public explanation for what happened, and as Congressman Wolf wrote to the FBI Justice Department, think how history would be different for the Fort Hood families if Al-Awlaki had been held and prosecuted 9 years ago.